Hello everyone, and welcome to another Redstone episode. Here we are on my Redstone world. It's filled with redstone machines that I created, but what we're gonna do today is this, and this is actually a password system. I've been quite a while working on it, and it works pretty simple. The password here is actually 1412. So if I press 1, 4, 1, 2, you can see that piston, which is representing the output, will actually get activated. But this could actually be conducive to any other place you want and make whatever you want with this. And it's a really simple thing. And the output I mean, but the machine is a bit advanced. So for this tutorial, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna make first an explanation, and then I will jump to the tutorial. So if you don't wanna see the explanation, just wanna build a machine, you don't wanna understand it, because you don't need to or anything, you can actually just press the link on screen, and it will take you to the tutorial. But if you want explanation, want to know how this works, then just continue the video normally. But for explaining this piece of the machine, you can actually input this pretty fast, so the only thing you need to worry about is that the button needs to be retracted before you press the other one. I think actually. This is only a theory. I don't know if this would work like this. Oh, it actually does. So you can press this pretty fast. Yeah, it doesn't. But you saw that I actually did press this pretty fast. And it actually works just fine. Now sun's coming up. And now you can see here also another thing is that this is divided by many colors, and these are actually the pieces and what they do. So I'm gonna explain that these parts, and first the white one, then the blue one, then the purple one, and then the orange one. So now let's pop into the explanation. For the white piece, it's a really simple thing, and it's actually a separator. And it separates these buttons and actually isolates each signal. So you can see here that if I press the top button, the left repeater is gonna light off. So here it go. With the down button, the middle to left repeater will light off. With this button, the right repeater, and this the right to middle repeater. So this is actually pretty simple. What it does is that this torch power this repeater, this torch this repeater, this torch power this, which powers then this repeater, and this torch power this, and then this repeater. So that is actually pretty simple. And now let's move to the blue part. The blue part is a bit more complex. What it actually does is that if you have a repeater here, for example powered repeater, and it's powering this block, a redstone under it would actually be powered. So this is the logic I'm using right here, is that only one of these repeaters actually have a block in that position with the redstone, which is this one. So for example, if this one is about, I have it like this, and I have like all the repeaters powering like here, then if I unpower this repeater with a torch, this will unpower. But if I unpower another one, which would be like here, this actually would be coming right here, then it would do nothing. because that's not under it. For one that have redstone under it, it will also do nothing because it's not in that position. It's actually lower. So here you can see it doesn't work. So this is actually the logic I use here, and this is actually a decoder to be precise. And this decoder actually does decode which button you pressed. Not actually which button you press, but which, if you press the right button or if you press the wrong buttons. So it's actually pretty simple. This one is the button 1, so here 1, and then this one here is button number 4. So you can maybe see inside there, it's just below the 4. This was 1 again, and this one is 2, which is the last one. So that's pretty simple. These torches up here are part of the reset system, so I'm not gonna explain it now. So now let's pop in the most complicated part, which is the purple system. The purple system is the part which sees if you're pressing the buttons in the right order. So what this part actually does is it detects if you press the 1, and for example, here is the 4. So it actually detects if you press the 1 before you press the 4. So you have to have pressed the 1 to press the 4. And it actually detects here too. This one is another one, and you have to have pressed this 4 with this 1 pressed before it to press this 1. So you press this 1 again, and this actually lights up. And here is the number 2, and number 2 actually needs these to be pressed, and these need this to be pressed, and this need this to be pressed. So you can now press number 2, and then the piston will go up, and it works just fine. But now, for explaining this in more details, what actually happens here is that these get an inverted signal, and it gets an unpowered state. And then after that, when you press the button, actually, these will unpower, of course. And these will then power up. And by powering up, it will actually empower this torch. If this torch is empowered, then this will be powered, because this one is the actually one that is powering this for it not to be powered. This may sound a bit weird what I just said, but that's how it works actually. And then this actually makes, this is a latch, and a latch is actually, it have 2 inputs, and if you press one of the inputs, this piece will light up, and if you press it again, nothing will happen. But if you press the other one, this one will light up, and if you press it again, of course, nothing will happen. So I'm actually pressing the button now, and the other side of the latch is the reset thing, reset section. So I'm not gonna go in details now, I'm gonna go after. So this is actually simple, and actually if I press 1, this will light up, and it's just fine. Now, the first one is a particular issue because I can press it whenever I want. So for example, if I am in the 2 here, I can press the 1 again, and it will actually light up, because nothing is making it not light up. So what makes the 2 light up, not light up when I press the 2 and the 1's not pressed? Actually, when the 1 is not pressed, so I will reset everything here. Here you can see there's a torch down here, and this torch won't let these unpower, because it's actually powering it back again. So you need this torch unpowered and this unpowered for it to work. For being more precise, you need to first have pressed the 1, because these 1 will light up when you press the 1, and then it will actually power these up, and by powering this up, it actually unpower this torch. By powering the block, it is on. So if I press number 1 here, I can just demonstrate by doing this. You can see this got powered, and this actually unpowered. It's now on the unpowered state. So now if I press button number 4, I mean, sorry, it actually works. But if this one was okay, but let's reset everything here, and if this one wasn't powered, what would actually happen is that when I press the button number 4, nothing will happen over there, as you can see. But if the one is pressed, actually it turns off for a brief moment and then turns on again. So basically all of this is a clone of that. It seems pretty complicated by looking at the wiring, but actually once someone explains you, and if you understand the explanation, it actually gets pretty easy to, and you actually know what this is, and you can actually use this on builds you need. So this was basically the purple part, and here is the same thing for the others. This one, which is now powered, actually powers one. The torch here that wouldn't let this one powered. Here the same thing, you can see. And here the last one you make, this is actually expandable, so you can make it a 6-digit combination or a 9-digit. Now I have set it to a 4-digit. I just need to press 4 buttons, but if I need to press like 6 times, then I need to press like 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2 and then 4 and then 3, for example. This will make a bigger one, and actually what you need to do is just add more of these and of these and of these. Actually duplicate one of these layers, which is actually pretty simple. And the layers actually is from here to the end, like these 2 lines. So now that we finished explaining the purple system, we will actually go for the reset system, which is one of the simplest ones, and it actually is really simple. So now let's pop onto it. For the orange system, that is pretty simple. First, you actually may have noticed that the buttons here doesn't have a torch on top of them. The correct buttons, the buttons that have these just under, as you can see, that's the right to middle one, and if I get up here, right to middle one, then this again, then the last one, you can see here too, it's the last one, and it doesn't have a torch. So actually if I press the wrong button, this torch will activate, and will activate this. When it activates this, it actually deactivates this one, and when it deactivates this one, it activates this one, and it actually powers the other top of the ledge. So if the number 1 was powered and then I press the wrong one, actually this is basically what's going to happen. So you can see here, if I press 1 again and then I press this one, you can see that's what happened. The same thing as if I do this. So that's basically what the reset line is doing. It's auto resetting this without you needing to come and press buttons on each of them, which is a really good add to this, and it actually adds it auto functions. So this was the orange part, and now actually there's nothing more to explain on the machine, only that the last torch here on this is the output. Not sure if I already said that, but anyway, that's basically it for the explanation. So now let's pop on the tutorial. Here I am in a new world, and now we're gonna start building the machine. So to start building, you're actually gonna place these blocks like these, like a 2 by 2 square. Place buttons in it. If you want, you can actually have the ground level here or something, but I prefer like this, the ground level here, and the buttons a bit higher than a bit lower. So now that you have this, actually you're gonna place torches on the end of it, and then you're gonna actually get these one ups to by the side of these bottom torches and a row here. Then you're gonna place redstone on these top ones and repeaters at 1 tick facing the opposite direction, which is this one. And that's simple. Now you're gonna actually want to place these here, and now dig down here. Now here you're gonna actually choose where you actually wanna put the numbers. So first, for my password, I'm gonna actually choose to put the first number will be 2. So actually go behind here, and you can see that 2 is this repeater. So then I'll get here and place a redstone here, and then a redstone coming through here, and then coming about here. So on my password, I also want these to be for a 4 digit, so I only need to press 4 times. You can actually do more than this, and you actually just need to go adding these segments to like these. And for example, then I get these here, and then you just dig 2 down. Oops, dug too much. Dig 2 down. Okay, now you actually just place these down here, and you actually choose which one you want to be the next one. So for example, my password will be 2 and then 3. So the 3 is this one, so it's actually here. You just need to make these, and then for the next one you just do this again. Place your repeaters, then the 2, the 2, the 2, the 2. You don't actually need to dig 2, I just want to put this line here to represent this is the start of the purple. And now the next one will be actually the 2, 3, 1, 4 as the password. So 1 is this one, so just come over here. Oops, what? No, 1 is this one. Okay, just do this, and then you place the wrong color. You just place this layer of wool, and then for the last one you're actually gonna do this again and take down them, but your blocks, and 4 is actually this one, so let me do it like this, then place the wool here. So then now I have the 4 digits, and you don't need to place any more further than this. So here I accidentally placed this wrongly. Oops, actually need to place that off the blue. Okay, so here now you can see if I press the 2, this one lights off. If I press 3, that one lights off. If I press 1, that one lights off, and if I press 4, the last one lights off. So this is both the white system and the blue system. It's pretty simple. Now let's get to the purple system. For the purple system, what you actually need to do first is to put a block here, in front of those, and then place torches right here. And then you can actually, oops, no, not doing that. Then you can actually go between these blocks. You're gonna place other blocks, and you're actually gonna dig this up just under these blocks which have the torch on it. And then you actually don't need to do this on this one. You're gonna place torch here, torch here, torch here. So that's actually the start of it. Now you're gonna place blocks on these positions, and you're gonna dig just in front of it and place a torch where you just dig. Oops. Now that you've done this, you actually just need to place repeater, 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 repeater. This one, oops, only one tick. Okay. Now for this one, you just need to do this, and you place torch here. Do this again. Oops. Do this, and do this for the last time. Then place the torch on front of here, and then you're gonna need to put this here. So okay, this is in some redstone on these ones too. So this is actually the start of it, and they are all activated. So I actually do this to revert the signals, and now this one is the one activated. So now if I press the number one, then oops, number one, no, I meant this one. Oh no, sorry. Actually, let's remove this just for a while, and just for me to show this. Actually, if I press this one, the last one can go. This one will go. This one will go. This one will go. But as you can see, there's not an actual order for this. So let's reset all of this again. And now, what you actually need to do is to make the order. So for making this, you're actually gonna take this block, take this block, take this block. You're gonna place blocks here, and take both of these. And now you're gonna need to place redstone here. Now you place these ones. Oops. These repeaters. Actually don't need to be repeaters here. The last single one doesn't need to be. So you can actually place these blocks, and then you're just gonna place torch there, and a torch here. The first one doesn't actually need as a torch. So yeah. So now you can see that if I press this one, that won't light up. So I need to press number 2 first, and then this one. Number 3, I mean. Number 1, and then number 4. But actually, what's wrong about this is actually that if I just span that and randomly press numbers, it actually will still work. So for example, if I do this like a crazy, you can see that often lit up. So what I need to do to correct this is actually add in the reset line, which is the last line. So let's do this now. And for the reset line, you're actually gonna look here, and you're gonna place torch here, here, and here. You're not gonna place on the one that's up higher or up above it, because then it'll actually reset itself even if you press the right button. So here I need to place like these. Here I believe I need to press like these, and here like these. Yes, exactly. So for my password, this is the setup you need to put up here. Now you're actually gonna place blocks on top of these torches, and just keep doing this on all of them. and you're just gonna add this line here. So after this line, you're actually gonna extend it, and oops, you're actually gonna get this one over here, and you're gonna make a line here, oops, and then cut out the ones in between. Okay, so now this is done, and you actually need to extend all of these up to here. So now what you need to do is to place a torch here, torch here, torch here, and torch here, then redstone above these floating blocks, and then more torches, and then redstone above here, and this actually does it. Now you just need to place more redstone over here, and redstone over here, and over here, and then over here. So now the machine is actually this. As you can see now, if I press the right password, actually the last one will, which is the output, will get on. But if I, for example, press the first one right and the second one right, then I make the third one wrong, then it won't work. And for example, then I press this one and I'm here and I just need to press this one, but then I end up pressing this one, it also won't work. Of course, because I'm pressing the wrong order. So I actually need to press in the right order for it to work. And after this, you just need to place a redstone dust here and get it off to wherever you want. And that's basically it. So I'm just gonna set a time today here, and if you want, I will put this map here for download. And this was basically the tutorial. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you have any suggestions, then comment in the comment box. And if you really liked it, then feel free to support me by subscribing. This was Vower, and I hope I see you next time.